Just hanging out on Friday after Thanksgiving. I did a bunch of, it's actually pretty nice. I did a bunch of work out in the garage. My hand's really sore. I was going to work on the Luminox and get that movement swap, but I can't do any like finessing with my hand. For some reason, it's, I don't know, maybe it's early signs of arthritis or something. But anyway, so I've been finding myself looking more and more at the SKX, because I'm going to be modding this 009, which I'll talk about that in a second. I have been wearing this one non-stop, even at night. So, and it is running, I think I'm losing maybe 1 or 2 seconds a day. It's actually running really good. I'm super happy with the 009 on the Jubilee. And I'm looking forward to doing some improvements to it. But I wanted to show you like this one, and maybe this guy will watch this video. You'll know if this is your wrist and this is your watch. And if it is, chime down in the comments. I just swiped some pictures off the internet, maybe even some at Watch You Seek. But just a simple mod. And I'm guessing the only thing that's really done here are the hands. What are those, plunger hands or something like that? And I don't know, that just looks great. I'm actually thinking about building something like that maybe for my son. We'll see if he has any input on that. So another one that I don't know if I would like it, but I kind of want to build one is this, I think it's called a Murphy bezel. I think those hands are from 1 second closer or something. I'm still learning a lot of these parts and everything. I don't know. Some of the pictures, the bezel looks really cool. I don't know if it would look great in person because it is still kind of tall. So, and then maybe address that too. I'm kind of thinking of ways to thin the SKX, and maybe you guys can have some input on that. But and it's definitely hard to beat the Artifice line. They do the movement swap, larger crown. This dial I think is out of a Stargate, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't remember what the handset is, but they do some amazing work. So if you're willing to pony up, they're probably one of the top tier, as far as I could tell, they're some of the top tier modding company out there. There's tons of different places you can get your watch work done. I mean, even regular local watch guys will mod your watch for you, but there's guys that really specialize in the Seiko, especially the SKX, and they do some amazing things. So, I saved this picture because I gotta say I'm not a big fan of when they when a lot of guys add the ceramic bezel. It seems like that really adds that gap there. And I know there's a gap even on the factory one, but there's two things I don't like. I don't really care for the larger gap in between the crystal and the insert, and then I also do not like the raised pip. I do like the how Seiko does it, where it's flush down in there. I mean, you can see there's a little bit of gap there. It just seems like it's more pronounced when you do that ceramic insert. So I don't think I'll ever do that mod for a watch for me. I mean, I would do it if somebody else wanted, some work done or something like that. I'd be happy to do some work. I'm definitely not a pro, but my price is right, which would be free. So again, here's another simple example. You throw some bright white hands on there, and then it really makes those painted on indices really pop. I mean, you can tell just by a quick glance of that. Even if the lume wasn't great on that, the low light visibility on that setup would just be amazing. And here's what is this, a SNK? I just thought this was really cool. Part of it is because it's a really good shot, a really good photo. But again, the simplicity of the SKX dial in there, and then an orange and white hand. I love that. I don't see myself changing out on any of the mods I do, and I'll cover that here in a second on mine actually, but I'm thinking about actually doing an SNK build. They're so cool looking. They're so simplistic looking. So for my watch, I did order, I'm waiting for parts, that's why I haven't messed with my 009, but I ordered the SARB 059 crown in stem, so it has the signed S crown, and then it has the stem on there that will fit into the 4R36 or the NH36 is what I ordered. So I ordered that. I ordered an NH36 movement, And then you already seen the dials I have, previous video. I have the patty, which I'm probably not going to use. I'm actually going to use this, which I'm pretty sure is a Blue Lagoon. So I'm going to do a full outside the watch build, and then it'll be a drop-in. So that's my plan with my particular one. And it's going to be all factory. I wanted all factory parts. Again, here's another example of that Murphy bezel. And then I don't remember what these hands are from. There's a couple different watches that have those hands. Pretty cool looking, I think. And that's all. I mean, that's a fairly simple thing to mod. I did just actually notice that the day wheel's black and the date wheel's white. So that's interesting too. They changed those out. So, and I've thought about this watch for a long time. This is the Seiko SARB059, and then they have a 061, which has the black. But this one has it's a super dark green dial, if you're not aware of this model. I'm pretty sure it's a 6R15 movement. But there's a couple things I really like about this particular watch. One, no surprise here, I do like the all metal bezel. And this one is not a click bezel, this is like a friction fit. So I've been thinking about this, maybe I'm wrong, if anybody knows, chime in, but I think I can order the bezel and the gasket kit, and I think I can convert an SKX over to, they call this was like an Alpinist before the other Alpinist. This was the SARB Alpinist. So I think I could build one of these. Some of the parts are still available, not all of them. I'm having a hard time finding the case back because they had a couple of different case backs for them. But look how thin the bezel. That's this bezel. Okay, look how thin it is. I don't have exact measurements or anything like that, but if you look at all the pictures and you compare it to all of the other bezels out there, this bezel is awesome. So I think this bezel in combination with here's another shot of it. That's the crown I ordered too in the stem. So here's another side shot. I like the looks of that bezel on there. I mean, even if I didn't actually build an Alpinist with the dial in the hands, if I did something else, I still might build one and see if I can convert that bezel and gasket. I think I might actually order those up because I sold a couple watches. Maybe I'll just order it up and put it off to the side and eventually do it, or sell them, whatever. Here's another option. I'm not sure if I would like it as much, but Artifice actually, if you look at the way this bezel is, they took a standard bezel and they milled it down. So that's like the bottom half of those ridges. Does that make sense? But there's a lot more work to that than you might think. You can't just mill that off because now they have to mill out an insert recess to be able to do a bezel insert. So that's also pretty cool. That would thin it down some. I don't know if it'd really be worth it though. I think the cost of that and the cost of a different bezel. So here's Evan Review did a Patty SKX build. This picture I found somewhere else. And my friend Terry down in Miami, she actually just did one too, and she did basically the same thing right here. She did I think it's exactly identical to this one. And she kept the 7S movement in there. So that was partly why I was going to build one, just because it just looks so dang cool. I'm not doing the red minute hand though. I'm doing the standard SKX hands with the polished edges. That's just my preference. That's what I like. I think it'll tie in. And I'm not doing the patty down. I'm doing the Blue Lagoon dial. So there was just a quick look at that. And I think that's the last picture. So I'm going to keep it under 10 minutes. Chime in. Let me know what you think on these SKX mods. And what are you working on? That'd be kind of cool to share.